Hi there everyone, today we are going to look at the mean to find missing information. Alright, so the idea obviously with this one is that we've got some information to start with and we're going to use the idea that we already know what the mean is to try and figure something out. Alright, so sometimes you're given it and then from there you need to kind of calculate how to kind of go backwards almost. Alright, so let's have a look at the example and you'll understand what I mean as I go through it hopefully. So 10 students get their scores back after a test. Okay, 9 of them have a mean average of 40 on the test. What did the 10th student get if the teacher informs the class that their total average was exactly 41? So we've got two pieces of information. We're talking about an average from when there's 10, an average from when there's 9. All right, so what I need to do is compare the difference between those two numbers to figure out what that 10th student's got. Okay, well, when we're thinking about the mean average, what we're doing is we're adding up all the scores together and dividing by however many there are. All right. So if I focus on the two aspects of this, if I've got 10 students and the average is 41, then the total must be 10 times 41. All right. 10 times 41. If I've got 9 students and the average is 40, then the total must be 9 times 40. All right. So I need to write those two things down that I've just said. So you need to know what the 10 total scores should add up to. So that's going to be 41 times 10. So that's 410. We also need to know what the 9 scores add up to, which is 40 times 9, which is 360. Now you can see from there that when this last person obviously puts his score in, the 10th student, then the gap in between me must be their score, because it was here with an average of 40. Then we had an average of 41 based on that additional result. So the additional result must be 410 take away 360. So that person must have got 50. And of course that makes sense. It needs to be a bigger number to raise your average overall. All right. So that's what we do to kind of do it. Okay. So just kind of think about what that means in terms of other things. Okay. The other thing we want to look at is the idea of combining mean calculations. So it might be you've got a mean of one set of data and I've got a mean of another set of data, and therefore we're going to try to combine those two. All right. So 10 men have an average of 1.75 and 20 women have an average of 1.65. What is the mean of the whole group? Okay. Well, this is not just a case of saying, well, 1.75 or 1.65, and then basically adding them and halving them. It's not going to work because I've got 10 men and 20 women. The numbers are uneven. All right, so it's not going to work that way. So I'm going to give you a way of approaching it no matter what those numbers are, so that you're clear on terms of how to kind of tackle this. But if you're combining them, try and think about what we did at the beginning of this lesson. We're trying to think about what their total is, all right, what their total weights are, and then we're going to look at combining them. All right, so if I've got 10 men at 1.75, well, the total heights all added together would be 10 times 1.75. Okay, there you go, 10 times 1.75. The total height of all the women, because it's 20 and an average of 1.65, would be 20 times 1.65, which is going to give you 33.0. So these two numbers here are my total heights of the men and total heights of the women. Now I'm going to therefore need to add those two together to get a total height of the whole group. All right, so the total height of the whole group of those two added together, which is 50.5 meters. But when we're working out the mean, we take the total divided by however many there are. Well, we're now talking about the idea of being 30 people. There's 10 men and 20 women. So I'm going to do 50.5 divided by 30. All right, which is going to give us 1.683 or as an answer. All right, so answer the question, what is the mean of the group? It's 1.683 meters. All right, so hopefully that makes sense. Please feel free to visit mathsafrikanschool.co.uk. The link is at the bottom for you to go away and practice. But of course, you're very welcome to kind of revisit the video at any time. Thanks for listening.